Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. With me is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hi, guys.
And over here we got Tommy.
Yo.
Just a reminder to follow our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast and subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel for more WrestleCast episodes.
Sorry.
So today I am rocking my Alexa Bliss t-shirt.
Okay, I can't get mad this week.
You can't get mad this week.
We're doing general news, so
You
I just
just
thought
have a general thing.
You ruined everything, Leo Rush.
So I just thought that out of nowhere shirt would be appropriate.
Yeah, that's true.
Tommy's got a Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Before he was Nakamura-ing everybody.
Yes. And then Tina with probably her favorite
I just
Randy
said
Orton
that.
shirt.
I
You
know.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said we talking general topics, so I said out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Out of
That's
nowhere.
true.
She's just called us out of nowhere.
It's such a great shirt. Honestly,
Actually,
I need to get that car sticker and put it on the back of your car.
Actually, legitimately, that is a good shirt.
Yes.
And I don't think we acknowledged it in the Christmas December episode.
No.
I was wearing the same kind of the similar shirt, but it was out of nowhere with the snowman.
So it's out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was out
That's
of
literally
nowhere.
what it says.
I love that shirt
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So anyway, today there's a lot that happened in wrestling this week.
And
A lot.
more than ever happens in a week of it's like he's like, oh, let's cover all of 2018 in this 1 week.
Yeah.
Really?
It's just kind of all over. So we're gonna discuss some of the recent happenings in wrestling, our thoughts on it, and really just kind of go from there. So
Yeah.
Tommy, you have a lot of New Japan news.
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Sure. Okay, so just recently, New Japan, of course, every year they have the New Japan Cup, which usually they determine who's going to be the number one contender for whichever belt. It usually used to just be the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Now, because the belts got so high profile, they include the never openweight belt and the Intercontinental title. That's how big these belts have gotten now. Guys like Nakamura, guys like Shibata and Goto have elevated those belts so high. Like everyone's saying, okay, if you win the New Japan Cup, challenge for whichever one you want.
Right.
But so far, only Nakamura, who wasn't Intercontinental champion at the time, has challenged for the Intercontinental title because bad luck Fale had at the time. He wanted his belt back. But the thing is, the field is massive this year. I think it's because usually it's about maybe 8 guys, but I think this year it's 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm wrong. It's 32. Shit.
32.
Anybody I know?
Well, Will Ospreay is in it.
Let's see.
Michael
Chase Owens, he was just in town.
Chase Owens.
Yes.
Michael Elgin is in it.
Okay. I know.
Kazuchika Okada.
Lance Hoyt's
You know
in
who
it.
Okada is.
Oh, I know by the last name.
Lance Hoyt's in it.
Oh,
Lance
wow.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
Your best friend.
Whatever. Let's see. Kota Ibushi.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Colt Cabana's in it.
Colt
Cabana.
Yeah. And Davey Boy Smith Jr. is in it.
Yes.
Yeah. The reason I'm bringing this up, and aside from the massive number of people who are in it, which is a good reason enough alone, is the fact that guys like Kota Ibushi, who, after the kind of a scary moment he had at Wrestle Kingdom, is already cleared, and he already had declared he would be back by this.
Yeah, that was a dangerous bump. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So
also, Mikey Nichols, who just recently was released from WWE and one half of the Mighty, is in it, and Rocky Romero confirmed he is in Chaos.
wow.
So
Fine word quick.
Yeah. So everyone is hoping.
Get back to work.
Yeah, everyone is hoping his tag partner Shane Haste will leave soon and just reform the Mighty in Chaos, which I'm for, because the Mighty Don't Kneel is one of my favorite tag teams of all time.
Okay.
So
is the cup usually 32 people?
no, usually it's 16. Sometimes it's been actually as few as 8.
Wow.
Yeah, but this year it's just a big deal. But the size of their roster, it doesn't really surprise me because Will Ospreay is technically still a junior heavyweight, but since he is the Never title, Never is defended by both heavyweights and junior heavyweights, so anyone can get it.
Okay.
So that him having that belt is what puts him in the running. Now they're gonna whoever wins this will challenge Jay White for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at the G1 Supercard the weekend of WrestleMania.
Oh, so that's why. Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I knew he was booked for a match, but they didn't say who yet. So this
Yeah.
is kind of how it's going.
But-
so they're going to run through a 32-man tournament in a matter of weeks.
It starts March 8th, and the finals will be March 24th.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
And then
still
a couple
be,
weeks to prepare for
Yeah.
the Supercard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because like New Japan tours are pretty crazy. They will like they like get all of it out in one shot, and then the guys get like 2 weeks off. Then they're right back on the road for like 3 more
Yeah.
weeks.
Is this something they'll have on like New Japan World, the whole tournament?
Yeah, everything. Usually, pretty much ever since they started New Japan World, every single show is on New Japan World,
Okay.
and the whole tournament will be there. And I'm very excited because I want to see how these guys do. Because Kota Ibushi has Tetsuya Naito, the leader of LIJ, right off the bat, and
Wow.
honestly, I'm picking Ibushi to win. Granted, how he's starting is making me think I'm wrong, but
We might have to get Tommy's login just so we can.
I know. I'm totally lost.
you,
No, I'm
you-
kidding.
you can borrow it while I'm at work. I don't care.
All right.
But did you want me to bring up?
Oh,
the
when
next-
you're
Yeah,
at
go
work-
ahead.
When you're at work, I'm at work. So
That's
that
true,
doesn't
too.
matter.
Yeah, anniversary show is something else you want to talk about.
Yeah, the
right?
anniversary show is coming up. Well, the other matches are pretty standard. Like the main event matches is what I'm really interested in. Like for one, the junior tag titles and the junior heavyweight title are both on the line with RPG 3K against Lij and Jushin Thunder Liger, legend, going
Wow.
trying to
Back in the ring still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I shared this before, but last year was the first year Liger hadn't had a match every single month for the past like 20 years or something like that. It's like for the past 20 years, he's at least had one match every month. I think last year, 2018 in August, was the only month in a calendar year he didn't wrestle. But
Wow,
yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
the funny part with this match was he didn't even challenge the champion Ishimori, who had just beat Taguchi to retain.
Yeah.
Called him out.
Interesting.
But Jushin Thunder Liger got in the ring and pretty much told him, he said, if you challenge me, I'll take your belt. So I'll see you next time, Punk. And then
Yeah.
it's kind of like threw the mic down and like the whole arena lost its shit, which I was one of those. So I
Of course.
understand. What the most interesting thing about this night though is Will Ospreay, who is technically, like I said, still a junior heavyweight, even though he has the never title, has openly challenged Jay White to a one-on-one match.
Wow.
So if
You think he could take it?
I think he could. Well, see, it's non-title for now, unless
Okay.
unless he makes.
So they'll probably-
Boring.
So I feel
No,
like
I'm just
he'll win.
But-
It's on title.
Well, here's the thing: if Jay White wins, pretty much the same status quo remains.
Yeah.
If Ospreay wins, that could put him in line for a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though whoever wins New Japan rules are pretty finite. If you beat whoever's champion, you're pretty much number one contender.
Yeah,
I don't
of
care if it's a
course.
tag
It's
team
basically
match.
a proving ground kind of thing.
I don't care. Yeah. I don't care if it's a tag team match, whatever. If you pin the guy who's champion, you earned the right to say,
Right.
"Hey, I should be in line." So no matter what, Jay White will go into G1 Supercard as number one contender. That's set. But if he, if Ospreay beats him, no matter what Jay White wins or not at the G1 Supercard, Ospreay will be in line for a title shot, and that's the big deal here. Is Will Ospreay has gone from, while still technically a junior heavyweight, not even officially moving to the heavyweight division like other guys do, he still could be heavyweight champion and never openweight champion. Something Tetsuya Naito was trying to do for like 2 years. But so yeah, that's just blowing my mind because New Japan just had all that hit all at once, and I remember thinking this is going to be a crazy next few weeks for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
And that's great because
Wow.
they're building up a major show in Madison Square Garden with Ring of Honor, so you really
my
have to
God.
promote it. So
Oh, did you guys hear Grills of Destiny versus the Briscoe Brothers, winner take all tag team titles?
for
Wow.
IWGP Tag Team
IWGP and Ring of Honor World
Oh,
Tag, it's
boy.
winner take all. And the funny part is,
Wow.
actually, the Briscoes have to take on Villain Enterprises at the anniversary show, which is coming up soon. And
which we are going to be previewing that.
yeah,
soon
and
in a
if
few
but
weeks.
if they lose there, Villain Enterprises will be in the match, and the Briscoes are out.
Dang.
Yeah, so whoever it was has a date with the Grills of Destiny, and it's winner take all.
I mean, you sell out Madison
Wow.
Square Garden, you better put something cool together.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Gorilla's Destiny just recently won the
Just
IWGP
won the
tag.
back, so
Yeah,
it's a
so within the last week they won. So, wow,
Yeah,
that'd be insane.
Crazy thing is, I know who that is.
Yes.
The crazy thing is I've met both of those tag teams, and the Grills of Destiny
Wow.
are actually really nice.
I mean, we
guys.
met the Briscoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're nice guys too.
They're really, they're really nice.
Well, thanks, Tommy. That's major news from across the Pacific, but still wrestling news. Still wrestling news, not the same. So,
Yeah.
what a crazy amount of everything's
Yeah.
going on. So,
Everything is going on because I thought I had the big news. And then Monday and today happened. Well,
Oh my gosh.
This is
You know,
Tuesday we're recording.
there's a lot that has happened in WWE over the last couple weeks. So, first we'll start with some of the releases.
Yeah.
We knew Hideo Itami had asked for his release.
Yeah.
And that was official, made official anyway. So he's now Kenta,
Again.
most likely going back to Japan. Ty Dillinger, we were aware that he had asked for his release, and it was granted. So, sadly, the Perfect 10,
Oh gosh, here we go.
we went to the Royal Rumble. When this music hit, we were at the Royal Rumble in 2017. We were like, please let Ty Dillinger come out number 10.
We were
and
all
when
like,
it
10,
hit,
10, 10,
we were
10.
like,
we were all saying,
yes.
like the whole crowd was chanting 10. Like,
yes.
Yes, it was the loudest I ever heard. And then last year, or was it this year? He came out and then he got attacked.
No, that was last year.
Last year.
Last year.
Last year he came out at number 10 and he got attacked by Sammy and Kevin Owens.
Yes.
And
That's
Sammy,
right. He
Sammy
was.
took
I
his,
forgot. Yeah.
But they still like played his music and everybody's like, yes, again.
Yeah.
And then he got messed up.
I'm going to miss this music.
Me too.
I really am. And I'm going to miss this character. Ty Dillinger famously, if you go back and if you remember, there was a pay-per-view. I want to say was it Cyber Monday or whatever they called it?
Oh. Yeah.
I forget. It was one of those where fans voted.
Yeah,
and there was a famous promo where it was Shawn Michaels and Triple H figured out who to be his referee. They say he's not controversial.
I'm sure you're going to put a picture up here.
Yeah, I'll put a picture of it if you remember. But he looks over at a guy on the mic and he's like, I'm not controversial. Excuse me, what's your name? Stan. And he super kicks Stan. See, I just kicked Stan. Stan was Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, that was
if
Ty
you go
Dillinger.
back and watch it. So it's like, it's crazy.
I love it because like just before that moment when Triple H, of course you know they're comedy, so Shawn was just tapping on the space bar, and he's like, "Are you trying to vote on the?" I'm trying.
Yeah.
I just kicked Stan. Yeah. Calm down, Shawn. No one told you. He's
just running down the hallway, starts super kicking everybody. The best part is he kicks that guy, and the papers go flying.
That was the original kick party.
The original super kick party. Yes.
The level of over dramatics in that whole like 45 seconds is just the funniest thing.
Yes.
Like, if you can't watch that and just have like a ball laughing at that, then really you're having a horrible day, and I'm sorry.
Dillinger, of course, was just recovering from an injury, and he got healthy, and he's out.
Yeah. But I think he's also engaged to Peyton Royce, so no matter what he's running.
He is engaged to Peyton Royce. And they made it official, too, because they never put pictures of each other on each other's, like, Instagram.
Yeah, they didn't.
And when he asked for his release and put it, like, a whole little, like, paragraph explaining why and this and that and thanking the fans, she finally put a picture, and I guess it's their engagement picture.
I think so. Or something, but it was for his birthday, too.
Because she had darker hair. She had black hair. Now she has, like, a brownish hair.
Yeah.
So this must have been beforehand. And you can see her ring. So, and she says happy birthday to him. And
that marriage will be iconic.
Or a perfect 10.
I was going to say that first. Throw up.
Beat you to it.
So the other release, one that I honestly didn't see coming, TJ Perkins.
I didn't see that either.
That was unfair
with all
to me.
With all honesty, I kind of didn't know he was still employed.
I knew he was.
I knew he was hurt, I think. And he had put up some like pro pictures like he was ready to come back.
And he had the best like videography thing for like
I loved his music because
I just thought of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World kind of thing.
It sounded to me like a Mega Man final boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just thought of like every time he came out, I just thought of like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Like that kind of.
I'm personally upset with this release because it's like his
that one.
It's a remake of that one.
That's a remake of that. Yeah, that's a remake.
It's close to that though.
I don't know how to find it.
But I'm personally mad about this because it's not his fault. He had a crappy run. He had crappy booking because TJP was one of the biggest highlights of like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and like a lot of guys in the California area credit him with making them look good in matches.
Wasn't he the first cruiserweight champion?
Very first cruiserweight champion. Won the Cruiserweight Classic, and it's like you brought the cruiserweights back with this guy.
No, also we don't know. He could have asked for his release for all we know.
He could have.
It's possible. It just sucks.
But again, that's still a sign of bad booking.
It is.
It's like okay, so when guys get to WWE, that's it's the dream job for wrestlers. It really is. But when you're that unhappy because no one's booking you properly and you have to go, even to the point where you ask for your release, that sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's but
to be honest with you, I just saw like the picture for I guess next cruiserweight in the next few days or whatever, and they put Brian Kendrick in it. And I was like, oh, he's still employed.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, now there's people that just disappear.
Okay, now legitimately that does surprise me. I honestly thought he was gone.
I did too.
Until you said it just now, I
mean,
literally didn't think he was gone.
There's so many people you can use for cruiserweight, and they just kind of recycle the same people.
Yeah.
Which I get not, because they're trying to build up a storyline. But at the same time, you have all these other people that you could have matches.
Yeah, but see, okay, so
or side matches.
So so here's me putting back my New Japan hat back on.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Even the guys who you have the same stories against, same matches against, you can still bring other people in to have like matches to at least like, you know, say, hey, they're still employed, they can have good matches, just, you know, but you're having a program here with these guys. I mean, they did that. I mean, WWE used to do that in the 80s and 90s. I just don't know why in the late 2000s and 2010s you're just not doing it. I don't get that. You know, other people work there too. They probably don't mind losing if they get the TV time.
I think it's also the fact that they kind of force the 205 Live to be an hour.
Yeah,
and there's so much you can do in an hour. They want to do promo still. They want to do like backstage stuff.
See, but you kind of need that in WWE.
Yeah, and I get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're kind of limiting yourself with the people that you use for it.
Yeah, and it sucks that they're basically treated as a separate brand too. You know, which they're wrestlers too. I agree with that.
I feel like they're almost down to the point where they're like in the same level as NXT, which kind of sucks.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they should technically be on.
Now,
considered main roster.
One other release, this is more on a backstage role, is Arn Anderson, who
that was shocking.
Yeah,
been with the company for so many years, pretty much right after WCW was bought. And I don't know what the whole story is. I heard he had some argument with Vince McMahon or something like that. I don't know.
We don't know rumors. We don't know
rumors and stuff. Yeah, he worked as a backstage agent, producer, but
JC said we don't talk about rumors.
I don't know. Maybe the whole story will come out later.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in helping with AEW at some point. The dude's got a mind for wrestling.
The flip side of that, they did hire Abyss and some other people for backstage roles.
They hired Bruce Pritchard as the head writer again.
Yeah,
that was kind of shocking.
We can ask again: who books this crap? We know, right?
Yep. And the funny part was, aside from just Abyss, they hired in Sanjay Dutt and Jeff Jarrett,
a lot of guys,
and Daivari. I didn't even know he was still talking to them, and I was like, oh, I mean that's cool, but
it's all backstage stuff though.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here's where I'm gonna say, like, if Vince plays his cards right, this is a big if. You got 4 guys who know what it's like to actually be jobbers in main events. Mm-hmm. For all of our complaining, and believe me, back in 2005, 6, I complained about Jeff Jarrett being world champion in TNA more than anybody. If Facebook was a thing at that point, my wall would have been like, why is Jarrett still champion?
Because he was a great champion, slap nuts. That's why.
Get out of your house. Anyway.
Anyway. Throw us out of our own home.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like Abyss and Jeff Jarrett know what works and know what doesn't. Mm-hmm. Sanjay Dutt knows what works, knows what doesn't. And actually, I think Daivari does too. 4 guys who, if you listen to them, I think can help you make your talent and roster better. This is a big if. Okay, I will admit, I do love the theme song.
Are you serious right now?
I do admit.
He had a great song at TNA.
And I actually do have this song.
How many times did this song piss you off when you heard it, though?
Legitimately, almost every time. But that being said, I do legitimately love this. It's like the ultimate heel song because the freaking sirens going off are just like, I hate the person coming, but I like the song.
Great song.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
But no, that's it. Between him, I mean, and of course Abyss, who I'm glad is getting a much higher paycheck now because the guy deserves it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just from like experiences of seeing him here in San Antonio, watching him on TV, and now he doesn't have to put his body through that anymore. But I mean, I think he could still take it. I think he got the shots like, oh, thank God, no more landing on thumbtacks for now.
I know he's working backstage, but how awesome would it be if he was a surprise entrance to the Rumble next year?
Dude, if Abyss
that would be amazing.
Or even the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania.
If Abyss shows up in a WWE ring, period, I'm just like, okay, that's it. Mm-hmm. I'm good. I don't care what happens in wrestling anymore. I got all I wanted out of it.
I said sometimes
that's a lie. I still complain.
Sometimes I tell JC that we were watching like Raw or SmackDown, and I'm like, I still can't believe sometimes that Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and like some other wrestlers,
Daniel Bryan,
like they're all in WWE.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I have that moment all the time.
I'm like, are we watching TNA again?
Yeah.
Like what are we watching?
Now we did have releases. We also had returns.
Yeah.
The obvious one on Raw, and they did preface this and announce it, that Roman Reigns is back. He is in remission from leukemia.
Yay.
He is pretty much, it seems like he's back to full active wrestling, at least for the time being. I don't know if it's going to be soon or if he needs some time to just train.
They're going to minimize, like
work
slowly
easing back in. Hopefully,
yeah.
Obviously, in his time off, he filmed a role in Hobbs and Shaw, the new movie coming out with The Rock and Jason Statham.
So can we just talk about the elephant in the room? Everybody seems to think that this was a work, which I am kind of upset about, because I'm like, Vince does do things that are work sometimes, and they do use real life situations. But if he used this as a work, that's really effed up. Honestly.
If he used this as a work and it got out, the stock market would crash.
You can't use cancer as a storyline.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, you really can't. This guy dealt with it 11 years ago. It came back. It's in remission, thank God. And for somebody who, myself, I guess, I don't know if you could say I'm in remission from Crohn's disease. At least I don't have inflammation anymore. Yeah. But remission is not a cure, and there's always the threat that it could come back again. So, I hope for his sake it's gone for good. It's healthy. People are claiming it's a work because, he didn't lose any hair, or he didn't thin out.
Then they don't know. They don't know much about chemo.
You don't know much about it. It may not even have been chemo at all.
Could have been radiation. Could have been.
There's different forms of leukemia. There's different forms of treatment. We're not doctors, you know. So, and
let's be real, he has more money than us.
Yeah.
So he has the top of the line doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to help him with that.
So I've been resisting going on internet tangents for the past 2 days, because every now and then on Instagram I see something like that, and I just want to start blasting people left and right.
Yeah.
So there
people say shit to say shit. I get that.
There actually is one guy. There actually is something I saw a link for it on GoRec.net of a leukemia patient who was defending Roman Reigns, and everybody saying he said I have leukemia. It's not really radiation. I take a medicine and I do some things to keep it under control. Like when it flares up, then I notice when I get really tired and I can't do a lot of things. I have to go to the doctor. I go every 6 months for my checkup, and every 6 months, I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah.
It's when I talk to someone today, every cancer sadly is different, which is why it's such a deadly disease, because it attacks different ways. You can't treat some cancers the same way you can't treat others. My dad had prostate cancer, got treated for that. Granted, my dad's already balding as it is, but he didn't lose any hair. He didn't lose any more hair. He didn't become all weak and frail, nothing like that. He just, things like he had to go to the bathroom more. I noticed that.
You also have to understand that cancer is in different stages. So
exactly.
So if he was in stage 1 or stage 2, then it's a little quicker recovery for some people, because some people have a better immune system too on top of that.
Yeah.
And he's an athlete.
But if if it was like stage 4, that's completely different, or stage 3, then I would assume that he would have harder radiation, harder chemo, harder whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's gone further in through it.
Yeah.
My hope from a wrestling standpoint is that you book Roman the way he should be booked.
Yeah.
You give him time to talk on the mic. You let him wrestle in his matches. You don't let him just be a 5 moves of doom guy. And make it believable with him on some level. You're saying what the fans want. We want something that's more believable. Don't fall into the same trap you did that got him booed out of the building.
Yeah.
We weren't necessarily booing the guy. We're booing the way he was booked. I've always said that. So
I agree with that.
So, don't rush job him into the WrestleMania main event. Make him work for it a bit again, and make it believable the way he's booked. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And I'm hoping that's the route that they go.
I also one more thing that makes me think it's not fake is because the outpouring of support of people who actually came forward. If it was remotely a work, I don't think anywhere near as many people would have supported him in this.
No.
Like the fact that Cody, the Young Bucks, Ring of Honor, and New Japan.
Tama Tonga of all people.
Tama Tonga.
Yes, so.
And Tama Tonga, who was actually, I think probably playfully, but was antagonizing him every chance he got. He would do
he would
do like the Superman.
They went back and forth on Twitter so many times. Yeah, so
I don't think these guys, and I don't think Roman himself has the bad taste of character to do something like that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, as much as all the hate Roman Reigns gets, my mom's favorite commercial was she saw a commercial with him and he did the little teapot thing with his daughter.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I was like, yep, that's Roman Reigns. And she's like, I can no longer imagine this man beating people up. I was like, I know, but but it's like I can't see a guy who does that, ever doing anything like that. So maybe yes, Vince can be a bit heartless. That's too far even for him.
Yes.
So,
and some people also were like, I think it's because he came back so fast. And I'm like, again, some people it takes a year.
Body's different.
Some people take 5 years. Some people take a few months. I mean, he was an athlete, so it's everyone's different.
So another thing,
again, more money More problems.
But like some people who have like the sickle cell anemia, because my mom and my sister I think have the trait. Mm-hmm. And you know and they're fine. They're fine. Some people have the trait and are like, you know, they're sick all the time. You know, this is wrong with that. Is wrong with it. Because everyone is different. If Roman Reigns is back already, that just means his body's different. Thank God. But you know, that's just not everybody.
Yep. Hoping he's booked right and lose the flap jacket, man. People will take it more seriously if you don't have that on. I'm just going to stick with that.
That's actually pretty true.
So other returns we got, of course, Matt Hardy came back, teamed with his brother Jeff.
You need to put that picture up.
Yes, I will put that.
Actually,
Homeboy is ripped again, man.
Dude, I saw the picture before he debuted. It was like I think he posted on Twitter or something. And I was like, dang, Matt, you look like 2000 Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
He was,
It's impressive.
So they announced that they were going to have the Hardy Boys return, and we were like, what? Matt's coming back? I thought he was injured and all this stuff. And then they
never say never in wrestling.
And then they hit the music. He came out, and I was like, oh my God, he lost like a whole person.
Tina was like #swoon.
No, but
just kidding.
But I felt like, you know.
Yeah, he looked young.
He looked like himself.
That
like
dude did DDP yoga 3 times a day.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah, he must have been doing DDP yoga.
And then the other return that probably pissed off.
It pissed off me.
Yes.
But I love
Kevin
But at
Owens.
the same time, I love Kevin Owens, so I didn't get pissed off.
Obviously, SmackDown was starting with a contract signing with Kofi.
So Tommy
Tommy
didn't see this,
but he heard about it.
We told him about it because he was coming over, and this just happened.
Vince McMahon says he's replacing Kofi with Kevin Owens because he needs someone to sell a box office.
Kofi's about to sign the contract, and he comes out, interrupts him, and says no.
Here's my thing. I get it, but I think in an indirect way, they are listening to the fans and giving us Kofi versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Or I was saying they're going to set up a triple threat. And that's how.
In some way,
and Kofi's going to win by
as long as Kofi is involved in WrestleMania, I think the fans will be happy. So this is the way you go around it.
I feel like this is the way they're going to build up him winning the championship. And I'm hoping.
It's a good chance.
Yeah,
I get it. But you know, this is
close.
I know.
But it's a very similar way that they are building up Becky for WrestleMania as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole suspension thing and Vince saying, you're not the man, I'm the man. Vince is really coming into his heel, Mr. McMahon thing again that we're getting. And he inserts Charlotte into the match. So what is Becky doing? She's attacking, and then she gets arrested.
Now, that was great on Raw when that happened.
Now, the twist in the story is Ronda is saying, this means nothing if you don't give me the best. Yeah. And I enjoy that. It's like, okay, that's a great promo. This isn't a championship, it's a belt. And we can all figure, oh my God, Vince McMahon's freaking out because she said belt. But she's right. If you're just handpicking somebody, then it doesn't mean anything. She already beat Charlotte.
Yeah.
She already beat Sasha. She beat Bayley. She hasn't faced Becky Lynch. Mm-hmm. And this is something that was built up organic. It was supposed to happen in Survivor Series. Becky getting punched in the face and not being able to compete was probably the best thing that could have happened because we are planning to get this at WrestleMania. Sure. So let's twist it around.
The build-up has been so awesome.
So is Ronda still the women's champion? We don't know. She just left the belt there, and she basically said, if you're not going to give me Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, I don't want to be the women's champion. This belt is worthless.
Yeah.
And I like that.
But then Alexa decided to say,
oh my God.
I will totally be the champion.
Yeah.
If you need someone to do it, I will totally do it.
Great moment of bliss, and I love that Corey Graves got pissed off because Leo Rush
ruined everything. Leo Rush ruined everything.
Did you? Yeah, because he was.
Although he did have a great match with Finn Balor after that. So
he did.
He did.
But I was just as pissed off as Corey Graves.
That doesn't make up for it, though.
I just think it's funny how she was like, you show me your abs, I'll show you my. And then Leo Rush came in.
I was like, no.
And Corey Graves was like, damn it, Leo Rush. And then
I was going to say elbow. She's going to show her elbow.
You told me Finn Balor's getting in the ring. He's like, Alexa, come back out. He's taking his belt off.
That was great. I think, and then Corey said something like, I hate this guy so much now.
Yes. Gotta love it. When Corey's oogling over Alexa and...
or Mandy Rose. God.
Yes, it's hilarious.
But I think it was Elimination Chamber where she walked out, and I think Renee was talking to Beth Phoenix. And he said, Renee, you were ruining this for me.
Yeah.
He said, like, Josh, be quiet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
So we mentioned the title change in New Japan was the Girls of Destiny. We kind of got a half title change on Raw Women's. We don't know if it's vacant or not. Ronda Rousey is still technically
Vacant's the champion.
I'm about to say, is Bacon the champion? Is Bacon going to defend at WrestleMania?
But another championship change that just aired on NXT was the Velveteen Dream. Now, I was under the impression when he won Worlds Collide, he would challenge for the NXT championship. Mm-hmm. But I guess they had a little twist. They changed the story a little bit, and he challenged for the North American Championship against Johnny Gargano, and Juan on NXT.
Okay, so I guess that was the
the cash-in. So, yeah, NXT. So, Velveteen Dream finally winning gold in NXT.
VD got cramps. I mean, VD's the champ.
Wow.
Oh, come on. That joke was right there.
I did not make that name up. You guys just made up VD for his nickname.
You said it. We made it up.
I didn't say it. I said Dream. And he said, VD. I'm going to write VD.
Okay, that's right.
It was just easier to write down on the paper at the time, and we just stuck with it. Let's be honest here.
And also, we're jerks, so I don't know what you're expecting from us. I fully admit I'm a jerk. I know I am.
Dream is kind of like the next big
and that's not a prediction.
That's a spoiler.
Hey! Nailed
it. She got it right.
I remember it. Okay.
But Dream, this whole flamboyant gimmick, a la Gold Dust, and just kind of out
and
there.
And Prince, for that matter.
Prince, yeah. It's like this is something you can market, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be in NXT. He has gold here now, obviously, so. I'm hoping by the end of the year he is NXT champion.
Yeah.
And next year we see him on the main roster. So
anyone who loves Prince will just love this guy. So mean, on look alone, because
definition of Purple Rain. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Purple Rainmaker.
Now, of course, the call-ups continued. We had Ricochet, Aleister Black, Gargano, and Ciampa making their presence known again on Raw and SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
There was some video out. Apparently, Aleister Black at an NXT live event over the weekend said his final goodbye. So I don't know if he's going to be in NXT anymore, if he's full on main roster. So
who knows?
We know Gargano has dropped the North American Championship.
I just thought of something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm wondering if Ciampa's going to drop the title at all, or if he's just going to keep it because he holds it like it's his baby. And I'm wondering if he's just going to.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like also they could do something because you remember you were saying how Triple H said it's like the third brand now, so that he could technically still be on both shows.
Kevin Owens showed up when he debuted with the belt.
I know, but but we're saying like Kevin. He debuted. He had it for a little while.
That's
still,
true. Yeah.
And then he dropped it.
Yeah.
Dropped it to Finn in Japan.
Yeah.
And so we're wondering if Ciampa's going to do the same or if he's just going to keep it because he's like, it's my baby.
They could run a whole.
You could run a series of programs with
Ciampa.
And then
you could do the whole Summer of Punk thing with Ciampa with this belt.
And then
he's refusing to get rid of it.
Well, we also thought that would be interesting is that since it's the third brand, that he can defend it anywhere, and which means he could defend it on Raw. And anybody,
that would be great, actually.
And anybody could challenge for it. And if they were to win it, they had to go back to NXT and challenge. Get challenged over there, back and forth.
We'll see.
Which I thought would be interesting because you could use any guy for that who's maybe not being used right now.
I think all that would work, honestly.
Especially some people who want to go back to NXT. Maybe.
If he is going to drop it, I don't think he's going to drop it till WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah. I agree.
So, the way they've built that up, and I'm just curious to know who's going to challenge it. So.
Yeah.
Another Hall of Fame announcement we got. Honky Tonk Man, shake, rattle, and roll his way to the Hall of Fame. And I honestly thought I'll find the picture that we took with him. Yeah, we met him a few years ago at a Comic-Con.
You did? Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was actually surprised. I thought he was in the Hall of Fame already.
I did too.
Yeah,
I thought this was like old news. I was like, he's in. Oh no, he's not. Crap. Ugh. Sorry.
Well, we were looking up who was in the Hall of Fame last week, and it was like, man, they're not in. They're in. They're not in. It's surprising. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the big stuff with WWE over this past week. Stay tuned on social media and everything. We'll never know. So next week we're going to be previewing Fastlane. We'll have some more layout on what's going to be happening at Fastlane. And
I don't know how they're going to top this week of stuff that they did. Like, geez.
It's getting people talking. It's getting people interested. This is how you get into WrestleMania season.
Yeah,
this is what they have been.
They've been doing so many different things too.
Yes,
like I did not expect. Because they kept saying Kevin was going to come back in a month, and he came back in 2 weeks. And then they said, we didn't expect Matt Hardy to show up. I was like, what?
At all.
Now, speaking of unexpected, on Monday we had the birthday celebration of Ric Flair, and then
Batista.
Yo, fam.
Oh, sorry, Drax.
Yo, fam.
Drax died in Infinity War. Spoiler alert.
Oh, he did not die. Yeah. He disappeared.
Yo, fam. Okay. But when Ric Flair's music hit, he didn't come out. I was like, what are they doing? Like, there's no way they're going to pull something like this on his birthday celebration.
They did.
And when I saw it was Batista, I was like, this was the best move they've made in a while.
So do you think they're setting up Triple H and Batista?
Oh, absolutely.
A Mania.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like we had said when...
Because I thought that he was still hurt, like we were saying.
When Triple H tore his pectoral muscle, we knew this was kind of the plan they were working towards, but it was kind of up in the air because he didn't know Triple H's recovery.
Last I heard, by WrestleMania, they said he'd be okay.
Okay.
Last I heard.
So, yeah, I don't expect much from the match itself. It'll probably be pretty safe. just coming back off an injury.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be 100%. Well, you're never really 100% getting back in.
Know.
But yeah, hope it's a decent build-up.
But the Game versus the Animal won last time.
Yeah, Game versus the Animal, and Triple H has never beaten Batista.
Nope.
Never. Yeah, I saw what you're doing there. I don't have that music.
Batista. So.
Was that good?
Yes.
So quick little story. I've actually met Batista once.
Oh.
Yeah.
And my sister has never forgiven me for it. Because that's her favorite.
Oh, okay.
But I think she was. I don't remember what happened. Why she couldn't make it. But I met him once, and she has never forgiven me. Matter of fact, if I ever whenever I bring it up around her, she like her face gets sour, and she just stares at me, just like that disapproving sister stare, just like no.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious. And actually, when I met him, I talked to him about the Royal Rumble WrestleMania stuff. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Dude, no matter what I did that day, I was not gonna come out okay."
Yeah, that's something that was booked completely wrong. So
and see, I think it's amazing when the wrestlers have a better idea of how to do the booking than the guy, especially Batista, the guy you think really wouldn't matter to him that much, but he has a good head for the business. He knows.
Does.
Yeah.
He was like I think he was like backstage, that's not gonna work. Just let me be a bad guy, but okay.
Sometimes they understand it better than people do. So
yeah, Batista's a good guy, it's fun, but as a bad guy, I think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now AEW news. The biggest thing we got was that we had a tag team match announced for Double or Nothing. The Young Bucks are going to be taking on the Lucha Bros. Well, we can't do 2 and 2. We're doing it anyway. Who gives a crap?
They're not going to sue us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What I've enjoyed about this is that they have been going around to indie promotions, really promoting this Double or Nothing, and really setting up this match against the Lucha Bros, costing them their tag titles. And I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun match. So, yep.
Yeah.
Bring the Super Kick party to Vegas.
What do you think they'll call the secondary belt? Like, how the heavyweight and tag titles. What do you think they'll call the secondary belt?
I don't think they'll have a secondary.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No. Everyone's going to be like,
Buck.
how are you? The Young Buck title?
The Young Buck title.
That's hilarious. That's one way to put yourself over. Name a title after yourself.
And then you don't win it.
Everyone's like, how are they going to compete with WWE? How do they compete? They don't have to.
They don't have to.
And
they can
I
do
think
their own thing.
The downfall of TNA when it was up and big is they tried to move to Mondays and compete. It's like
that was really stupid.
No way you're gonna do it.
That was really stupid.
You don't need to be a WWE. Be your own promotion. Be your own alternative.
The beauty of wrestling is that there's enough for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just because I like to watch WWE and not necessarily like I watch all the other stuff too, that doesn't mean that like Tommy, he watches everything.
Oh yeah.
He watches everything.
He's our New Japan guy.
And exactly. And not to say that I don't watch it as much as Tommy, but I am also interested as well.
Yeah.
So it's just, like I said, the beauty of wrestling is everyone has their favorite wrestlers. They also have the wrestlers they hate. And and
like this guy loves Lance Archer.
Stop saying that.
There's plenty of fans to go around for anything. And just because WWE is having a little bit more competition, I think that's actually going to be good for them.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it makes them work harder.
We'll see. Okay, so here's what Paul Heyman said on the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD back in 2005 when that came out, I think.
I can't remember what year.
Yeah, okay. Because I love watching it.
Yeah.
What he said is the truest statement. He said, Attitude Era came around because of ECW, no question. And I absolutely agree with that.
Because Vince had competition,
Because
ECW.
ECW wasn't even really, I don't even trying to be competition, really. They were just another company who were just trying to make money.
Yeah.
WCW was being direct competition, but they needed some kind of, WWF at the time needed some kind of edge. Well, watch ECW. Guys who were, because like there's a clip of the Sandman hitting a Santa Claus guy with the Singapore cane. And 2 weeks later, and like 2 months later, here comes Stone Cold stunning Santa Claus. Well, gee, where'd that idea come from?
Get the guy that drinks beer to hit Santa Claus. Yeah, I get that.
To go with that, like you're going to have All Elite Wrestling. You're having a lot of independent wrestlers that are going to be showcased. And I feel that's what's happening with WWE. They're bringing up all these NXT guys who were independent wrestlers before.
Yeah, they're trying to get them.
And like, for example, Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Ricochet, Alistair, like you're trying to gain more of that fan base before AEW comes around. Also because you're trying to keep them around.
Now, for sure. Oh my God, for sure.
Because they know what they got with them.
One thing I have been hearing from people I totally disagree with is like people were saying that because the Bucks and Cody took so much talent from Ring of Honor is going to be done. I 1,000% disagree with this, and here's why. Ring of Honor is not new. This is not the first time this has happened. They had Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, blah, blah, blah. This guy, that guy, Tyler Black, Seth Rollins, whatever you want. They have had every single guy, almost every person people love now has been through Ring of Honor and have left. And Ring of Honor has been just fine. You know what they do when their stars leave? They say, hey, we got free money now. Let's make some new stars. Immediately after those guys left, they signed Brody King, PCO, Rush, Bandido. Like, look, Ring of Honor's fine, guys. They know what they're doing. Kerry Silkin has been there forever. Joe Koff is not an idiot. He's not trying to. Sinclair will take down. No, we're going to stay on our public access shows where everyone can watch us, sell some DVDs.
You don't need to be a big corporate thing. Yeah,
like
exactly.
You guys come to the live shows, have fun. We'll make our money just fine. WWE, good job. Love you, Vince.
Yep. We'll get some talent, make them great, and then later on when they're done with us, you can have them.
Yeah. I mean, and
it's a great alternative.
And the guys who have left Ring of Honor have never badmouthed them. Samoa Joe, Tyler Black, or Seth Rollins. I keep using both names. They all they ever do, all they do is talk up Ring of Honor. They're like saying, they say how that was some of the best times in their career. They'll say like, oh guys, go watch them. Oh, support them. No, man, they never say, I hate. No, they were like, I love Ring of Honor. They probably like if they had paid more, I stayed.
Ring of Honor is not trying to be WWE.
No, Ring of Honor, I think
they have their own system, their own way of doing things there.
Mm-hmm. I think Ring of Honor just wants to give the fans more of what they want, and like saying, you can watch WWE all you want to, but if you're tired of them, just come check us out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right,
it's about pure wrestling there.
Yeah,
yes,
not about so much about promos and stuff like that. I mean, it helps, but it's more about the wrestling.
Though that being said, a good Briscoes Brothers promo is freaking hilarious. Oh
awesome.
My God.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, over the weekend, want to say again thank you to RCW River City Wrestling and Brandon Oliver for the interview. Had a lot of fun out at the Turner Club on Saturday. Some new casted characters. That Luigi Primo is hilarious.
He actually legitimately
I didn't
funny.
get to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tina had to work early on Saturday, so she can go to the show Friday.
I
told her all about it, though.
I had to go to sleep and take care of her kid.
And the new
I
ladies
say kid
order.
because their other kid was out of town.
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling the new ladies order?
I don't know what they're called. I made that up myself. I was like the Fire Squad, whatever. Barbie Hayden, Christy James.
Yes, congratulations.
Congrats to Barbie Hayden. That was actually really cool to see her win the title.
He told me, and I was like, what, Barbie won? Awesome.
Yes, and Barbie told us afterward, that's the first title she's held since she was the NWA Women's Champion.
And I was like, no,
wait. Has it really been that long?
I was like, dang, that's a long time.
Yes.
Because that's when we would go to RCW more often.
Independent shows in general.
Yeah, in general. And that's like
because when she told me that, I was like, what? I was like,
6 years?
No, I was like, no, wait, that might be right.
Long.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me too. So
that is.
Barbie, of course, wrestles on Women of Wrestling as
the governor's
Abilene
Maverick.
Abilene Maverick. So that's been a great show on Access TV. So really, it was an awesome show. Tag match. We got some new tag team champions. Mm-hmm. Some guys, I guess the titles were vacant. I didn't know going in. I didn't get their names.
They were vacant. I forgot what happened. So
David didn't even get to defend them.
No, David Leach had won them by defeating in a handicap match, and he never picked a partner, so they held them out as vacant. So that's what happened.
And then we got a new RCW International Champion. The Baker is no longer the international champion.
Don't even get me started on that guy. I hate him. The new guy who's champion, I hate him so much.
Oh, another guy that Tommy loves. All right, so
yeah.
And then of course, meeting Gail Kim. She was awesome. Got some autographs. I had my first time getting to meet her since she was inducted into the Impact TNA Hall of Fame. Yeah, so I got to say congrats to that.
There you go. You're gonna see these pictures and you'll be like, "Whoa, JC." So
you're gonna start with the very first one. I've shown the very first one before on this show.
Before JC was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, he actually lost 50 pounds in the process.
Yeah,
so
but this was different. I showed Gail this picture, and I'm gonna have it up here. Don't worry. And she was like, "Oh my God, how long ago was that?" I think looking at her and looking at me too, and this was in Victory Road 2008 in Houston.
So, and for the record, this guy held up the line for her forever.
We were having a great conversation.
Am I surprised by that? No.
I mean,
I'm just kidding because I saw people who were legitimately mad, but I couldn't stop laughing.
I don't care.
See, and then there's this picture.
And she would love this picture too, because like, oh, their husband Robert. So yeah, it was like
her husband is Robert Irvine.
Robert
if you
Irvine,
don't know
and,
that, he's a chef on TV. Well, he used to be on TV. Now
he's still on TV because Restaurant Impossible is coming back.
Oh,
and
nice.
she was like, he's filming again. It's like, yes, I'm following his Twitter, and I can't wait to see the show.
At a
yes, and
Restaurant Impossible.
I asked her to tell him if he's got any great recipes for someone like me with Crohn's and needs something dairy-free, gluten-free, not necessarily vegan, but vegan in some levels.
Red meat.
Yeah, no red meat, no red meat, that sort of thing. I could definitely use that because, I need to cook something different. And she's like, tweet me, tweet him. I'll get on him about it. So
Nice.
Thank you again, Gail. Great conversation. As I told you, I enjoy that you speak your mind online, and I love the people's responses. You just fire back at it. It's awesome.
Dude,
so,
those are so
yes.
great.
We laughed about that too. So
yes, JC came home that night, and I was already asleep, and he was like, Gail, and I'm like,
were awake.
And then I asked you, like, what did she say? How's it going? And
yeah.
And then he
so
just,
enthusiastic.
She was
and then he
super
kept
cool.
talking, and I was like, okay.
She was, and then after show, of course, she filmed the liner for us too. So
Yeah.
that was a great highlight of the evening. So pretty awesome. So
yeah.
But thank you
Gail.
again. Thank you, Gail.
Even though I didn't get to see you, but thank you.
Thank you again. We'll see you soon when you're back in town. Try and get your husband to sign that picture as well.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
Yes, we need
Yes.
we
Yeah.
have you. Now we need his.
yes.
Yep.
Thank you. And really, it's time now for the 1 minute warning.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
You guys have
We're doing
something
this.
here?
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Mhm.
Might become a staple in the show. So, Tommy, you pretty set?
I'm pretty set, yeah.
Pretty set? All right. Tommy's going first. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, first off, to Total Championship Wrestling and Colleen, thank you guys for a great show. Faye Jackson is a total sweetheart and one of the sexiest women on God's green earth. And she always has a thing on her thing that says F your beauty standards. I was like, whoever doesn't find her beautiful, jump off a cliff. Anyway, so I'll stop there with that one because I could go on that for that forever, and I should probably do it on my own channel. But anyway, real quick, Japan news from Pro Wrestling Noah. The youngest GHC heavyweight champion, Kaito Kiyomiya, is defending against Noah Ace Naoichi Murafuji. And the reason this is a big deal is because it's the youngest champion going up against their biggest star ever. And that could be an even bigger deal because now that Hideo Itami is no longer WWE, he can go back to being Kenta. Noah is where he became famous. Noah is where he made his name. And no matter who wins, I have a feeling that there is a go to sleep waiting in the wings for somebody. So
Yeah, I bet.
See it soon.
And for the record, yes, Kenta invented the go to sleep, not CM Punk. Thank you.
Punk
Sorry.
acknowledged that. He knows that.
He knows.
I'm talking about for the
He's
fans
talking
who
about
don't
the
pay
trolls
attention.
that don't
Yeah,
know
the
that.
troll. Yeah,
People
CM Punk is not actually. I have no
Research,
problem with CM
people.
Punk.
Hashtag research.
Yeah.
All right. Tina, you said?
I.
Do you have anything else? You
I
can talk
think
about.
so.
You can talk a little bit about the movie.
Oh sure. I think I have something.
Non-spoilery.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Set. Go.
All right, so I guess what I'm going to talk about is I've been seeing on Twitter that Bailey and Sasha have been calling NXT wrestlers have been calling them out. It's like all these tag teams are forming and they're calling out Bailey and Sasha, and Bailey and Sasha are like, bring it and all that stuff. So I'm interested in seeing if they're gonna bring up anybody from NXT soon to help with the whole tag team division and build it up and have some new faces to the roster as well to make sure that there's enough tag teams in WWE. So I'm interested in that, and the tag team I'm interested is oh my god, Kairi Sane and
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai.
Yes.
I can
Man,
see, I would love
oh
to
man.
see that match.
Yeah.
Mania this year?
Or a triple threat match with the Iconics too. Even
Ooh, that would be good.
on top of that, we just did a review. Well, you're gonna see a review on Fighting with Our Family, and I will say this: it was amazing.
Yes.
So I would really suggest you watch it if you haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, we just did a joint movie review with Alamo City Movie Talk. It's probably out before this episode's out, so you
Yes.
might have seen it already. So
If you haven't, go watch that episode.
Yep.
Especially, if you go watch the movie first and then maybe watch that episode.
a little bit of spoiler warning.
There's a lot of spoilers.
Yes.
Also, if you haven't already, try and watch the documentary before you watch the movie. It's
Yes.
called The
Wrestlers Fighting with My Family.
Fighting with My Family.
Yep.
It's probably on YouTube.
Probably.
Nice.
It's everywhere now. I think
Cool.
you probably need pretty easy.
It's like 45 minutes. It's not long.
All right, now it's my turn. So I want to tell everyone, support your local independent wrestling promotions. Yes, getting back to River City Wrestling. Of course, we haven't gone in years. Have kids. My son is potty training. Yes, but got kids. I need this job.
I never got you that shirt.
Sorry,
I know. I'll get it eventually. Anyway. We're getting some potty training. He's gonna be going to shows. We're gonna be going as a family again soon. And I really just enjoyed being out there again, seeing the crowd reactions. But one thing I had to say was after I got my pictures with Gail Kim, got them autographed, went over to Hernandez and said thank you, because years ago in 2008, we had always been going to independent shows, myself, a group of friends, the old 5150 Mafia. And Sean hooked us up with tickets to Victory Road 2008, which is where I got that picture with Gail. And here I am years later, meeting her again and getting her to autograph it. And it never happens. It never happens if you don't go out and support your local independent wrestling promotion, support the promoter, put money into it. These guys, I'm going to go over time and I'll give credit.
Hey, go ahead.
Brandon especially, he put this money in. He's bringing in people that you probably never would meet in wrestling ever.
True.
Oftentimes some legends, TNA people, WWE Hall of Famers even, who may not make the trip down to San Antonio normally. And it's been awesome to see them being brought in. ACW, of course, did that with some independent legends. BOW as well does the same thing. Wherever you are, support your local wrestling there. Because for one thing, you're going to see some talent that may make it someday. We've seen Keith Lee, Ray Rowe, ACH come up through the ranks here, just to name a few.
Ember Moon.
Yeah, so just to name a few, you never know who's going to make it big.
Texas talent.
Yes, and these promoters, the biggest thing, like Brandon said, the fans are important. And you keep coming back, you keep supporting them, they're going to be bringing talent in. And it's always important to support that, because you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what opportunities the wrestling may open for you.
You never know what kind of matches you're going to see either. Because
yes.
Even though I like just to piggyback off that real quick, I keep talking about it because I have to. The Iron Man match between Andy Dalton and Barrett Brown was amazing.
I think it's available online too for a fee. So
for $10, they're going to go a PayPal. Either one of them. The information is on their Facebooks, and they're probably their Twitters. Just the level of competition from the guys who honestly want to make it in this business, and that's important, is amazing. You can tell who honestly wants this as their life, and the guys who are just doing it for and the guys do it for a pastime. I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that you're wrong. You shouldn't do. No, if you find this fun, great. You want to work indie shows, work indie shows. There's nothing wrong with that. But the guys who are passionate, who really want to make it, you can see really want to make it, and good for them. Hope they make it. It's just great, and it's also a great time to have. It's a great time to just go out, spend a little bit of money, have fun with these guys, and watch some good shows.
Yep. One final update before we get out here for the week. Massive, as we had mentioned previously on the show, he had been in the hospital for a bit. He reported on his personal Facebook that he clean bill of health.
Awesome.
Everything's good to go. So,
yes.
Full function.
Congratulations.
And the doctors released him to resume full activity. So, don't know if he'll be getting back in the ring. I'm not sure. I'm hopeful.
I think he wants to, but don't rush. Massive,
yeah, exactly.
Don't
rush it.
Massive, you can, you will, you must. Whatever your motivation is, you got great people in your corner. Your wife is awesome, as supportive as she has been through everything you've been through. So, it's great to hear the good news. Hope we'll see you soon, whether it's in or out of the wrestling ring, man. We miss you.
Yeah.
And
you got to do an interview with him.
Yes, I want to try to get one.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, I'd love to get an interview with you, Massive.
I'll tag him.
Piggyback back onto the RCW thing, and Brandon's. If you haven't listened to the interview we did, which was the bonus episode, I love the fact that he said that he grew up wanting to be a promoter, not necessarily a wrestler, but a promoter.
Yeah, as I said, you never hear that in wrestling.
You never would hear that from someone like, I want to be a promoter. Like, no, they want to be a wrestler or a valet or whatever, a manager.
Yeah. Referee, whatever.
Yeah, referee, but you never hear that. So I thought that was very genuine,
Yeah.
And pretty cool, honestly, that he actually is doing what he wants to do and what he loves to do. So not very many people do that.
That's very true. So good for him, even though I'm not his favorite fan. I'm not bitter. At all.
You liar. You didn't even talk to him on some Friday night.
Forget him.
Well, that is our show for the week. Thanks again for watching our Twitter account at @CCG_WrestleCast and subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel for more WrestleCast episodes. Want to say thank you again to Ryan and Angela from Alamo City Movie Talk for joining Tina and I in our review of Fighting With My Family. Highly recommended movie, whether you are a wrestling fan or not. Go see it.
Yeah, they said they enjoyed it. They had no idea about the background on the movie or anything. They have no they don't watch current wrestling or anything like that. So, and they recommend it highly. So.
Yes, Angela especially has not really followed wrestling at all, and she didn't even know the movie was about wrestling, and she kind of got pulled into that world. So
it's so easy sometimes.
We brought one to the dark side.
We have cookies.
Or pie.
So again, thank you again, Alamo City Movie Talk. That's funny. I like that.
That was good.
Yes.
#man.
Hopefully
and that's not a prediction. I'm saying it right too.
Yeah. You're saying you're
saying it right this time.
I remember the predictions.
Yes.
First. Alphabetical. Prediction spoiler.
#lit.
Thank you. Thank you again, and hopefully we'll be able to collab soon again on. Hopefully you'll join us for the WrestleMania party. So. Until next time, this is Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
This is Tina.
Bye, guys.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.